Hi everybody, welcome to Serenity Cards and Coaching. My name is Leila Meinke. It's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. It's Galentine, Palentine. Anyway, all the things, right? It's love is what today is about. So I'm here and I'm going to switch over to my hands right now. I just wanted to say a little hello. I'm going to switch right over to my hands and I'm going to show you how to make a milk carton box. You can make it for Valentine's Day. You can make it for gifts anytime. You can make it for Christmas. And I'm going to be following along with a PDF. You can have this PDF for free. Simply sign up for my email at leilameinke.com. You can subscribe. There will also be a little post with the instructions how you can get the PDF. So I'm happy to share this PDF with you for free. So let's go ahead and get started. Now this milk carton, you might have seen this guy before. If you've been following along with me, you might have seen this guy for the 12 weeks of Christmas. We did a large milk carton, and that was part of the 12 weeks of Christmas series. And then this was one piece of cardstock. And in the end, I said, oh, you can make a little shorty. And then I kind of hinted at how you could do it, but I didn't really give the instructions. So now I'm going to give the instructions for the little shorty. And both of these, you guys, they each have their own PDF, and both of these take one piece of cardstock. So that would be the long one. And there's, again, you can do it for Christmas, Valentine's, all the things. That fit a flashlight nicely. This also fits one piece of cardstock, and it's a way to optimize it and get kind of the maximum volume or space out of it. And I'll show you in a minute the types of things that you can fit inside. So all you need for this project, you need a little bit of ribbon, so we'll use that at the end. I've got my magnets. I've been using a couple different size magnets. These are the smaller ones. But honestly, if you didn't have that, you could use Velcro, or you could just tie it together with a ribbon with little holes. So I'll show you that at the end. And then kind of little magnet covers. And then I'll get to these pieces in a minute. These are all your decorative pieces of designer series paper. And this paper, I will take a tiny little moment to tell you, you can get this paper for free. I love this paper. Those are some of the patterns. These are some of the patterns. That's one of the patterns, the kind of swirly tie-dye kind of look. These are some of the patterns. So you can get this pack absolutely free for celebration right now with a minimum $50 purchase. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'd love to help you out. But meanwhile, let's get to the making of the box. And so in my PDFs, I always have a photo, at least one photo. I give the measurements, and then I tell you step by step how do we do it. And at the end, I have the supplies. So we're going to use one piece of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. And the very first instruction is, it says score on the long side every 2.5 inches. So on the long side, we're going to go 2.5. I've already done it. And then we're going to go 5. We're going to go 7.5. We're going to go 10. And then you're going to have a little piece at the end. You can do the same thing, by the way, following along on a trimmer. You just pop it in and you put your paper to the 2.5 inch mark and score. So that was on the long side. And now we're going to go on the short side. And on the short side, we're going to go 3/4 of an inch. I love our Simply Scored because you can do this kind of layout pretty quickly. But you're going to, and this one, you want to hold it a little snug as a bug in a rug. So you're going to go down the 3/4, and then you're going to go down 2 inches, and you're going to go down 6.5 inches. So I've already got that all ready scored for you, but I thought I would show you that's how you go about it. And the next thing we're going to do, and in the PDF I have a diagram. So basically we're headed towards this view right here. We are going to, and let me get this all lined up right. We are going, all these blue spaces, we're going to cut away. And so I'll take you through it right here, but then you also can have the instructions to go back on. So, so I've got it laid out where I'm going to follow along with this layout exactly and trim away the little edges. So we're making a box. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut away all the little score lines at the top and the bottom so that you can have your little tabs. And while I'm doing this, I'll share with you, some of you guys got the 12 Weeks of Christmas kit last year, which I thank you so much for that. Some of you guys got the kit, and I know some people were able to kind of keep up with the instructions and some people weren't. So, or to keep up with all the different projects, and some people weren't. There was one a week. What I want to share with you is today, like, just take this opportunity right now. Let's say you didn't have opportunity to come in and make this box, right? But you've already got the template. You've already got the instructions. Frankly, in the kit, yours is already cut and scored, so you're going to be following along the same pattern. So maybe just take the inspiration from today. You can see, I mean, I'm hoping to get this done in maybe half an hour. So it's not going to take, and that's with me talking and all the things, right? So I'm cutting away all the areas. Basically what's going to happen right here, anytime we make a box, this is just going to be a tab that's going to kind of help the box seal and become a nice square. I'm cutting away the tabs at the top, and then I'll talk through why do I have a score line up here, and how do you make it a milk carton. So I'm going to talk through that in 1 second. All right, I've got all the things cut, and you can see that it matches exactly. So that corner's cut away, that corner's cut away. Now I'm going to come up here and I'm going to cut these two things off. So you definitely want to cut every other. So I've got a solid and a cut, a solid and a cut. You don't want to accidentally leave two solids next to each other, and you don't want two cuts next to each other, because then it won't seal like a milk carton. So as I'm looking at the diagram here now, I've got that piece cut away. I've got a solid, I've got a cut, I've got a solid, I've got a cut. I'm kind of folding that there. So I've got my little reminder that I'm going to go every other, and now I'm going to pick it up. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Now, if you're on, so I have two email lists. I have one that's a calendar invite, and that very specifically invites you every week to different events. And so if you're on that calendar invite, I already sent the PDF for today's box to you. You would have gotten that about half an hour ago. So I was out delivering Valentines to seniors. I'll tell you about that in a minute. So you would have gotten the PDF about, all right, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to chat, and I'm going to kind of really get my lines really good and scored. And so and I'm going to use my Serenity Sisters bone folder and let you know there's a great join special. If you join the team, I welcome all my team members and I give them a bone folder. But anyway, I'm scoring away, and let me tell you about the seniors. So I love cards for causes. I love the making. I love the learning. I love the shopping. I love the new stuff. Love, 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 love. But to me, it only all really matters if we get cards into people's hands, and especially people who need an extra little bit of attention or an extra little hug. And so I've just started a new thing this year where, although I have done it in the past, but I kind of brought it back, where I'm doing cards for groups. And so like a few years ago, I did Valentine's for seniors, and I brought that back. So this year, Valentine's for seniors. So I've had a couple classes where we made Valentines, and then some people sent me, all right, give me a minute. I'm going to pause for a second. All right, I've got everything scored really, really well. And now I'm going to get to the gluing, and I like to assemble my box first. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take this tab, and I'm going to use our tear and tape. You know, people ask, gosh, do I really need all the adhesives? Yeah, you kind of do. So I'm going to use tear and tape over here, and it's going to be perfect for this case. So I'm going to keep gluing and keep sharing about the seniors. So if you're on my regular email list, I haven't been sending a lot of emails lately, but the one message I have been sending out is cards for causes. And I listed a number of ways you could participate. So for whatever the cause is that month. Okay, see how this tab is folded over? And now, oh, I may not have scored in between all here really well. Well, that's okay. We'll do it right now. Now I'm going to fold it right in half, and I'm going to come over here and I'm just going to meet end to end. And then what I like to do anytime I make a fun fold of any kind, I really like to just make sure that it's, I just fold it every which way so that it's really, really good and solidly folded. Okay, I'm going to keep adhering and keep telling you about seniors. So I sent out an email, and people, honestly, I've gotten like sponsors. People have contributed a little bit to the cause, so that's great. I've used that for gas because I was out driving a little bit today, and I've used it for supplies. Some people came to class and donated one of their cards. Some people sent me handmade cards. Others, honestly, I know that you have seniors in your life and you're making cards for loved ones in your life. The whole point is let's just Valentine's for seniors, right? Some people have said they're going to say an extra prayer. So anyhow, you can participate. Really, my whole thing is if there is a senior in your life. So if you saw what I did, I'm on the end where the 4 tabs are the same size. I'm not at the end where the tabs are different sizes, right? And I just folded one in and glued, and folded one in and glued, and folded one in and glued. And so now I've got the makings of my box. I'm going to come in with my bone folder and just give it a really good burnish. And then the final thing I'm going to do, I like a nice finish. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to take my, this is 2 1/4 inches. I'm going to take my 2 1/4 inch square and just put it on the bottom because I like a nice finish. So, and then I found a place where to take them. I just have a friend from one of my other events that I go to, and she is associated with a senior living center, 2 of them actually, Dad's Place. There's 2 locations around here. So I got to take the Valentines and deliver them today, and it was so, so sweet. I've got photos and I've got permission to send those out, so I'm going to do that. Okay, so that's my 2 1/4 inch square, and I put it to line the bottom, and there we are. Really, really nice. Okay, now we've got this business going on at the top. This is the one where we had 2 little shorties and 2 little longies, and that's going to be it right there, you guys. That's going to be the construction of the box. Now, you can line to your heart's content. It occurred to me, gosh, I kind of want to put a lining on the bottom. Well, I didn't do that. So you can line to your heart's content. I've kind of done some of it. The other thing you could do, and I'm not doing it today, but I did do it with this guy. You could put a hole punch. You could punch right there and put a ribbon in, and that's the way you could seal your box, and that would make a really nice gift. I didn't do that because I'm actually going to use these boxes for a function, and I'll tell you about that. So I'm using magnets today. But I did get a new crocodile or punch thing or whatever so that I could do the hole. But anyway, you can use your hole punch, and you can just put a hole punch right in the center there, and you can seal it right there, decorate all your little labels, and that's going to finish it off for you. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to use magnets. So I'll show you that in a minute. That's the very last step. All right, I've got my box. I'm not going to hole punch it, but if I did, I would do it right there. If I could either try to get in there, or I could maybe get in with a ruler, put the center mark, punch it, and then do a little pen, and then mark the other side so that I can make sure I've got the hole in exactly the right place, right? So you punch one, draw a little pen mark so that the pen mark shows on the other one, you punch the other, and then they're lined up. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to get to gluing all the sides and keep telling you about the seniors. So now the next sizes that I have. So it's that same designer series paper, and what I love about our paper is when you've got a pack, you know that the front and the back coordinate, you know that all the colors and all the pieces coordinate quite nicely. So what I know that I want to do, I know that I'm going to take this piece and line it right there. So I know that I actually want to have a contrasting pattern right there just for some fun and some, I don't know, some expression, right? I love these hearts. I'm making sure that when I cut the sides that I cut it so that the I'm going to give the box in this direction, and so I want the hearts facing right side up, not upside down, not sideways. I want the hearts facing right side up. How many times have I cut the paper the wrong way and figured that out? But and this paper is, it's just a 1/4 inch in, so it's 2 1/4 wide, and I've got it in the PDF, but it's 2 1/4 wide by 4 1/4 long. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I know I want the opposite side, so I'm going to kind of alternate patterns. So I'm just going to make sure I'm staying on track here. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy over there as well. I'm going to make sure my hearts are right side up, and there we go. So yeah, so the rest of that story is I had, well, thank goodness, there were 12 residents, but I brought 14 cards just in case. And thank goodness, because it turns out that I gave the caregivers cards as well. So one house I went to, they were playing bingo, and they were on their last round, and they were very enthusiastic, and they were very loud. So they kind of paused for a second to wave to me, but really they were playing bingo. So, so I got to deliver those cards there. And then the second house was a little more sedentary. They weren't playing bingo today anyway, and so they were just kind of sitting, hanging around. So I got to go in and I got to sit for a minute and visit with them. I got some photos and I got to give the Valentines. And you guys, wait till you see the photos. They're just smiling and grateful and happy. So to anybody who gave a prayer or gave a thought or gave a card or just participated in any way, I thank you. Okay, look. All right, so our box is coming together. The final thing I have, I have 2 of these, but I don't. So I'm going to put 2 of these on, and they're 2 1/4 by 1 inch. So let me get that on. Somehow in all my chatting, I've lost one, so I'm going to go get the other one quickly. I'll just go, I've got it right here. I'll just cut it. Super simple, Simon. Sometimes, like if I were following this pattern here, I might take the time to make sure I've got the patterns lined up, especially if it's a grid or something. But one nice thing about this contrast is I don't have to worry about any of that, but I've got that there. And then what did I say? 2 1/4 by 1. Let me just get another, is this one? All right, let me just trim this down for a second. So, yeah, so that was the Valentine's for Seniors. I think I'm going to, there's a few causes that really touch my heart. So the next one will either be birthday for seniors, so that might be one. I love recovery homes, so that might be one. Celebrating recovery milestones. Or Jennifer on our team loves to work with the unhoused. So I told her maybe we'll do something for Thanksgiving for that. So we've got a little bit of a head start, and that needs big numbers. I only needed like 14 cards today, but for the unhoused, like that needs big numbers. Like, I don't know, 100 or something. So yeah, we'll get to that. Okay, you guys, look how sweet. Now we're just going to put the final finishing touches of ribbon and kind of get it assembled. And then I'm going to show you some fun things to put inside. So, so for this one, I told you I did the hole and I tied the bow, and that was that. For this one, I put 2 holes and then I tied a bow through it. I did that on each side, and then I put a magnet, and I didn't really, like the ribbon's supposed to kind of be covering the magnet, and it will be solid enough. So that's kind of that. And that's if I want to keep reusing it. But this one, I'm going to do it a little yet even differently. And that's what we love about rubber stamping, is we can do everything differently. So I'm going to take, all right, I've been using our paper grid, because now when I lift this, you're going to see all kinds of shiny reflections, and I've been trying to protect that. If you want one of these, you can join as a demonstrator, and you can get one of these glass mats absolutely free. So, and that goes to the end of February, so let me know if you're interested in information about that. So what am I doing? I didn't want that to, this is my tear and tape, I didn't want it to go on the paper because it'll stick to the paper, but my glass surface, oh my gosh, it's a dream. I can use it for all the things. So here I'm putting my tear and tape, and now I'm coming in, and I've got some old gooey gluey scissors that I don't care about at all, and I'm cutting off the edges as close to the edge as I can, and I'm going to open my tear and tape, and I know this particular ribbon is going to work perfectly. So I've got a little bit of tape over the edge, so I'm just going to kind of wrap it around right there. So that's that. And then I know that this particular ribbon fits perfectly. It fits like exactly perfectly on the tear and tape. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up. You want to practice if you're going to do this with a ribbon to see if it's wide enough, and like it's just occurring to me, like if I did it with the glittery organdy ribbon, would you see through it? I don't know, but I'm not doing glittery organdy ribbon. I know this one works perfectly, and just going to come in and kind of get it good and trimmed, and there we go. So that's the outside. I'll do it on both sides, but I won't do that with you here. Could have done it a little bit higher, but that's fine. A little bit of decoration. I'm going to put a bow too. Now I'm going to come in, and I'm going to put my 2 magnets, and I'm getting to the end of my little baby magnets. I think I had, I don't know, I had many. I think I had 100. So you know that's a lot of stamping if you've gone through 100. Yeah, it was 100, and I've got 1 left. What am I going to do with 1 magnet? Anyway, you know what happened to the other. Usually you do it in pairs. So let me show you how I'm going to do the magnets, because you want them to attract, right? So the first thing is I'm going to keep them together, and I'm going to put them on a mini glue dot. So I've got them together. I've got them on a mini glue dot. I'm going to come over here and attach the correct side to the other mini glue dot so that I know that they'll attract versus repel, right? And they're so attracted, they don't want to come apart. So, okay, so that's my ribbon. I mean, that's my magnet. Now, I'm going to put it in the middle on the inside. And again, I'm going to attach the magnet right there and lift away the backing with the glue dot so that I know when it seals that it's exactly aligned. So now the second one is there. You may not be able to see it, but the tear and tape is right there. So I'm going to get it lined up where I know that once I kiss it, it's going to be in the same place. Now, to be honest with you, sometimes I don't really care if the magnet is showing or not, but in this case, I care. So I'm going to come in with, oh wait, I already did it. I'm going to come in, so I die cut these little hearts and also put them on a little mini glue dot, and they fit perfectly. These hearts are from, oh gosh, that new set in the mini that's got it's got the big die cut with all the hearts, the one with I Adore You. So you can roll out this one, you can roll out 4 of these little hearts at one time. So that's what I did, and it's the perfect size. So I've got a mini glue dot on the back, and I'm putting it just on the magnet. I'm putting it just on the magnet, and there we go. So I would have, at the last minute, I kind of changed colors. Maybe I would have done a flamingo heart or something, but it doesn't matter. It's cute, flirty flamingo. So I've got that, and the final little touch we're going to do is add a sweet little bow to this side. I'll probably go on the other side and do a sweet little bow too, but I've brought my bow maker that I love, and if you need, I do have extra bow makers here if you want one, and I'm happy to have them available. I bought a few from my upline, my team leader, and I know it really helps her out. I think she's having some health hardships right now, so I know it helps her. But anyway, I bought a few so I would have them on hand, so if you need it. So I'm leaving a little tail on the end, and if that went too fast for you, like, I can show you. You know, I do have, like, I have Stamp with Leela. It's a free Monday night where you can come for 2 hours, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to show you. I'm happy to answer any questions there, or stay on after, like, come to the Zoom and stay on after, and I'll show you how. But anyway, that was just a quick little bow. Make a bow how you do. And I got it on a little mini glue dot. I'm going to put it right here. Let's see if I like the tails like that. Well, I'm going to fuss with that a little bit, but for all intents and purposes, there's our sweet little box. Look how cute. Now, what are some things we could put inside? Why don't I show you some things we could put inside? So, because it is Valentine's Day, right? So the first thing is I've got some Jordan almonds. Now, my dad used to love Jordan almonds. We would go to the theater and he would get us Jordan almonds. It was just the biggest treat. So this really reminds me of him. See, there's where the heart works, like, with a little bit of contrast of color. That's really sweet. So here's another kind of color combo you could do. But the Jordan almonds fit perfectly inside of that. So that's a fun little package. And truth be told, they're not Bob's favorite. I bought them for demonstration purposes, and they've been sitting on my shelf, and I have not been allowed to have them until I made this video. So now, happy Valentine's Day, Leela. But you know what? That's what my calendar says today anyway. Be head over heels in love with yourself. So happy Valentine's Day, Leela. And then what else can I put inside one of these boxes? Oh, I know. I'm going to show you one more thing, and then I'll show you the final thing. So another thing you could put inside of the boxes, Bomba socks, right? I love these Bomba socks. Love, love, love them. And so that would be a super fun thing that you could just tuck right inside. And so I put together a gift list for Christmas, and this is one of those items, but it fits perfectly inside that. So that would be a fun little gift to give someone, and you can kind of color match that. And then the final thing that I put inside of the box is, all right, I'm going to tell you guys, I made these tag boxes, you know that, and I love them. This was part of the 12-week series, and I love them. This is one of the non-Christmas versions, and I've just got some super fun tags inside of it. And so, oh my gosh, has it been fun, and it's been kind of theme-based, and so I've been, like, picking from my box of tags to when I send gifts to people, or little packages or little orders or whatnot. But I'm going to be honest with you. What I found out was you can't fit that many in there. So this might be great, like if you're giving a gift to someone, or if you just have a few tags, or like this one clearly is like balloon tags, so that's going to be theme based. But what I discovered was this size is an optimal size, and with the magnet right there, it's super functional. So what I did was I loaded a bunch of tags inside of here. And okay, these I just added. I know they don't match the colors, but these were leftovers from the retreat last year, so so I had made some extra. Look how big they are. They fit perfectly inside of there. And then I just kind of sat one day and I said, okay, for the month of February, anytime I send out an order or a thank you, or I don't know, we have a little class, I just kind of have a little note right here and I tuck a little note on it. So, I've had those in here, and I made up a bunch ahead, and I've had them, and it's been super easy to grab it out of there. So you guys, Valentine's milk cartons, and you can seal it a number of different ways. I'm showing you how to make them in pink and the free designer series paper color, but why couldn't you do it in this balloony color, right? Why couldn't you do it for Christmas? This was our fun Christmas paper last year. These were some of the fun Christmas designs. So super fun, and not too long. If you've got a little present to give even tonight, you can do it. And I just want to thank you for joining today. I'm going to go ahead and close us out.